Good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss to you the five steps of scientific method and its definition. So let us start. First, let us all define what is scientific method. Scientific method is a method or series of actions used to obtain data and draw conclusions regarding the natural environment.
The scientific method can be used for various purposes, such as describing how nature works and developing critical thinking. It is difficult to adequately describe how nature works since observation may be limited, leading to incorrect assumptions. In most circumstances, all you have to do is make assumptions. The scientific method can be used to invalidate natural world assumptions by finding faults in reasoning. Also, using the scientific method may help you develop critical thinking in your daily life because you get used to logical finding answers. Without logical reasoning, you might be more likely to have a distorted perspective. Having a distorted perspective can make you draw inaccurate conclusions. The scientific method generates answer to question in a form of working hypothesis, allowing us to develop ideas about what we see in the world around us. Its power stems from its ability to be repeated, offering unbiased responses to questions in order to generate theories. This information is powerful and has the potential to anticipate future events and phenomena.
There are several steps in scientific method according to Maria Ryan and Angela O. Calagan, 2002. The scientific steps are 1. Make an observation. 2. Define the problem. 3. Form the hypothesis. 4. Conduct the experiment. And lastly, draw the conclusion. Since we're already done with its definition, we will now proceed to the explanation of each steps. First step is to make an observation. This part is more of examining or collecting of data regarding a process or a discovery.
Establishing a problem is the second phase. In this step, we formulate potential questions based on the observation. By taking this stage, remedies that deal with the problem's underlying causes as opposed to its symptoms can be developed. This may result in more long-lasting and efficient solutions. Without a precise description of the issue, attempts to solve it could be fruitless, inefficient, and a waste of expensive resources.
After the observation and defining the problem, we are jumping to the third step, which is the forming of hypotheses. In this step, we are making an educated guess or a prediction regarding the observation that we had.
To further justify or prove the hypothesis that we had made, we are going to conduct an experiment. In this step, we are going to make a trial, a test, or a research to prove the theory that was formed through the observation.
Now that we're done to the execution of experiment, we are now moving on to the last step, which is the drawing of conclusion. In this part, we are creating a statement based on the outcome of the experiment, which may further lead to a new or another scientific theory.
To further comprehend the concept of each steps of the scientific method, the process of combining water and oil is one of the example. First is the observation. We observe that when we add the oil to the water, they did not mix together, even if we stir it hardly. Instead, the oil created a layer on the surface of the water.
After observing the water and oil mixture, there are questions that was formed such as number 1. What are the reasons why water and oil do not mix? Number 2. What properties do water and oil have that prevent them from mixing completely? Number 3. Is there a big difference between the density of the water and oil? Number 4. Do you think that the density of the water and oil is one of the factors that affects their ability to mix homogeneously?
After forming question about why oil and water do not mix, we are going to form the hypothesis, in which we can infer the reason why water do not mix with oil is because oil is less denser than water, which causes it float only on the surface of the water.
As we complete on making an observation and forming questions and hypotheses about the mixture of oil and water, we can now proceed to the execution of experiment. In this part, we will pour a half cup of water and a half cup of oil to the same container. After pouring the oil and the water on the glass, we will now stir it quickly to see the outcome. After we stir the oil and water that was on the glass, we notice that the two substances didn't mix with each other. Therefore, we are going to jump into drawing the conclusion, which is the next step, to further explain on what was causing the oil and the water to not mix with each other.
Since we are done with the experiment of why oil and water do not mix, we are now going to draw the conclusion about it. The two substances do not mix with each other because they are immiscible, meaning to say, they are not forming a homogeneous mixture when added together, because water and oil are not soluble.
And that's all. Thank you for listening. We hope that the explanations and examples we've given will help you better comprehend the scientific method and its steps.